Hey guys and gals on the interwebs. Thanks for checking out another gearbarrel.com little overview here. It's kind of a unique experience we have recently. We've started to become a Don Lozier Custom Knives authorized dealer, and as I got to hear Don's story and his life, didn't realize until just conversation that he's a combat decorated veteran, 26 years of active military service, so that's pretty awesome. And I'm actually sitting here today with him in his shop. He's been making knives for over 25 years, and some pretty cool stuff. Don, what do you got going on here?
Well, right now, what we're looking at is a Hardcore Fury Acid Washed Edition. So I have one that's satin finish blade, and then I have one here that's got the bevels and the hollow grinds are acid washed. I see a lot of knives out there nowadays that are stone washed, but the acid wash is a lot darker. I like it a lot better than the stone wash pieces. Anyhow, I want to talk about something else first. Years ago, technological advances made some inroads into the handmade knife arena, and as a result, a big controversy erupted concerning handmade versus machine-made. This issue, it raged for several years, and relations throughout the knife community, including collectors, suffered quite a bit of injury. Those effects they're still obvious today. During that same time, knife magazines published a lot of shop tour articles. I hadn't noticed those before that period. But in those articles, they showed photos of knife makers and helpers operating machinery which some folks viewed as being high-tech in those days. To me, those articles seem to strongly suggest to knife makers and collectors that the methods and practices shown were entirely acceptable and that they're commonplace in those days. Now, over about a 10-year period, a lot of collectors seem to have vanished, most likely for a variety of reasons, such as life's end, lost interest, and some people lost interest in collecting, and perhaps some felt they bought handmade knives instead of machine-made and got upset. So there was a lot of those kind of feelings that was obvious in those days. Over the long haul, some knife makers hauled ass and went their own way, while handmade purists remained firm. Still others straddled the fence in order to play both ends against the middle. So, as for me, I just observed the dynamics, didn't take sides, kept my head down, my mouth shut. I did that for 2 or 3 years. Then I finally decided how I wanted to feel about the issue. I maintain that all feelings are optional, so I can take my time, make up my mind how I wish to feel about something, and then act accordingly. And I decided that the most cherished aspect of being a self-employed knife maker is that I'm free to make anything I choose any way I wish to make it, so long as I'm upfront about what I'm doing and how I do it. And that, I've stuck to my guns to this day. I figure I just got to be true to myself. Here's something that I think really came out nice. It's the Hardcore Fury, the acid wash edition. Has clip point buoy blade. It's made out of CPM 154. And the acid washes on the bevels and the hollow grinds makes a two-tone blade with satin finish flats. The flipping lever on this, there's the flipping lever back here. And that flipping lever, when the knife is open, it provides a deep forward finger guard. That and the jipping on the thumb ramp, along with the fluting on the scales, just gives a good firm grip, good feel. This Tactical is a supreme folding fighter, and the blade launches like an ICBM missile. So I think that's pretty cool. I like this piece a lot. I like the shape of the blade. It's kind of a utilitarian knife, you know.
No doubt.
You can carry it for everyday use for all kinds of purposes.
Yeah, one of the things I really like, Don, on this knife is that the fluted G10, it's kind of contoured to your hand, and I can grip this thing as hard as I can, and there's really no hot spots, which is really nice for a really hard use.
Well, that's because it's you know, it's kind of beveled here around the edges of the frames, and you've got a radius.
Yep.
See, in addition to the scale being fluted, there's a radius to it.
Yep.
So it makes it nice and comfortable. There's nothing uncomfortable about the piece.
Beautiful blade, man. Thanks for taking the time, Don.